Hey guys, and welcome to episode 2 of What's the Pitch? This is the podcast where we come up with a fake movie title, and we have our team of Kevin and Cesar pitch us a story with this name. So this originally started with us playing this game on set, and now because of the coronavirus, we're home, we're stuck here with nothing else to do, we're recording this podcast. Episode 1 was a huge success with the Oscar-winning movie, The Last Duel, and now we're gonna hit up our next movie for episode 2. Now,
it's the Lonely Stool.
Yeah. I apologize.
It's about isolation. It
is about. It's a metaphor for quarantine. That we all want to escape and find ourselves. Now I'm gonna give you guys a movie.
All right.
So I'm looking through my list, trying to find one of the best ones I can think of. Give me a second.
All right.
Here. So the movie title is going to be called Love in Panama.
Love in Panama.
Love in Panama. Yes.
Okay.
Is there any direction you want from this? Or are we selling this to anyone?
Whatever you want.
Okay. So, Cesar, what do you know about Panama? Because I know nothing about Panama. I know it's a song, and that's it.
Panama is a country in Central America. And I know there's the
Panama Canal. Yeah, the movie could be about the building of the Panama Canal. It also connects Central America and South America. That's a thing.
Ooh.
It's been a huge exporter for drugs and helping the drug cartels as well.
So that's where my head originally went. Love in Panama has to be about the pilot transporting the drugs, right?
Yeah.
He falls in love with someone in Panama.
Okay, so I like the drug and love story connection, but can I put a little twist on this, right? Can we do, it's like a Romeo and Juliet, and there's two drug dealers, one in Central America, one in South America.
Yeah.
But they're rival cartels, but they love each other. And their love blossoms in the Panama Canal.
Ooh. Panama, it becomes like this neutral ground.
Yeah.
Where only there they can love each other.
Yes, and not get in trouble because it's like a neutral zone for these cartels. They're like, listen, we don't mess with your territory, you don't mess with our territory, but we both acknowledge we need to use this canal to go across. And then one day, one of the boats breaks down, the other guy comes to help him, and like when they're like trying to fix the boat, they like have this blossoming relationship.
Yes. So this is a gay relationship.
Is it two guys or is it a guy and a girl? How are you doing this?
I think we should do two guys, and the reason why is because I feel that if we're doing a modern take on Romeo and Juliet, adding that dynamic will give us room to like play with like more taboos and like the taboos in South America, right?
Oh, I like that. I like that a lot. Okay.
Yeah, and we could say a little bit more, like it doesn't feel as like cookie cutter. Because everybody knows it's the basic like love story of two drug cartel representatives falling in love with you. Like that story's been told a million times, right?
What? It has?
So we need to like spice it up with this like homosexual relationship.
Eddy's like, where? I want to see this movie.
Is that what Narcos Mexico was about?
I never saw it, but I'm gonna assume yes. That's what I assume every Narcos season is.
This movie has to be really violent because there has to be a real difference between how they behave in the drug world, right? Which is super violent, and how they are in Panama.
Yes.
Yeah.
You get me? They're tender, they're loving, but when they go back to their respective Mexico and South America, then they're fucking ruthless.
Yes.
Yeah.
I like that a lot.
I agree.
Okay,
so and I think
when this movie starts, are we starting with one gang or another gang? Do these gangs have a name?
Yeah. Well, I think we start with one gang, and I think the gang we start off with is the one where the boat breaks down. And it's like a high tension scene where he has to pick up the drugs from South America, and he has to bring it into Central America. And it's like a oneer. It's a oneer from him going in, solidifying the deal. There's a little bit of tension. Someone's about to get killed. He eases the situation, and he starts loading the drugs, and he gets on his boat. And all of a sudden, the tension gets a little bit relieved because we're like, okay, he's home free. But as he starts going through the canal, the boat starts slowing down and eventually crawls to a halt. Yeah. And he goes down and he tries to repair the boat. Nothing. Something's fried. He doesn't have the part. And he's sitting there worrying. He's trying to call, and he's getting no reception in the middle of the canal. And then off in the distance, you see like a thin fog in the night sky, and you see a little ray of light peeking through, and it starts becoming brighter and brighter as it nears the boat. And he starts reaching for his gun, and he's freaking out. And it's the other gang member in the boat. And he's looking at him, and he notices that the boat's broken down. He's like, "Hey, do you need help?" And he goes, "It depends. Who's asking?" And he goes, "My name is like Oscar Rios from the, I don't know, the Guadalupe gang, whatever you want to."
Well, he wouldn't announce. He wouldn't announce his gang membership right then and there. I feel like
how do you know about so much about gangs, Cesar?
It's just logic, bro. Why would you be like, "Hey, I'm from the gang"?
Because it's a neutral ground. You have to state where you're from, because what happens is if you don't, they're just going to assume you have something to hide.
Oh, so maybe the guy from the Southern American gang, since he's toting a gun, the guy from the Mexico gang, he thinks he's from the same gang. So he's like, "Yo, I'm part of the gang too, bro. Chill." And so the guy from South America is like, "Oh shit, he's from that gang." But maybe he doesn't reveal that he's from the rival gang just yet.
Ooh, okay. So he goes on with the understanding that they're from the same gang.
The one that helps him. But
yeah.
The one from Southern America is faking. But once he falls in love, that's another decision that he has to make. How is he going to react when I tell him I'm part of the...
I think you have to build that tension, right? So like when he gets on the boat, like you have like little shots of like his like muscles and like beads of like sweat coming down. He's like in the motor, and like, he has his like butt up in the air, and he's just like looking at him, and like it's like this weird like sexual tension on the boat.
Yeah.
And he like fixes it, and like they shake hands, and then clearly it's under the guise of, he thinks I'm part of the same gang.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
All right. So then what happens after that?
Well, how do they fall in love? I guess that's the big question here. Is they start seeing each other with the sweat on their bodies, but what is the catalyst of their love?
They look at each other, right? And then they kind of like know that they like each other, but nothing happens. But then the guy's like, "I have to see this guy again. Even though this was a one-off, I have to make sure I go back to the Canal of Panama again."
Oh, okay. So it's almost like he's not sure if there was something romantically there, or if it was all in his head. So he's like, "I need to meet him again and double check and make sure."
That's when they kiss.
Okay. That's when they kiss.
Well, the second time they meet.
Oh, well, you got to tell me about when they kiss, bro.
Yeah. Should that be like the end of the first act is when they kiss?
Yes, because that's what starts the relationship. Absolutely.
Mm-hmm. So the second half would all be just the relationship.
Yes. So tell me about the first kiss.
They probably go, and he's like, "Oh, I didn't think I'd see you again here."
Yeah.
And I think the guy should just straight confess and be like, "You know what? Only reason I came back was to see you." After that, it's a wrap.
And the other guy just agrees. He's like, "I love you too," and that's it.
That I don't know.
I think there needs to be more suspense here. What if the other guy's like, "Listen, I'm down for like a one-night stand or whatever, but like I have a wife at home. I'm not about this life."
Damn. We got to decide what the movie is, because is the movie about like their struggles as in regards to each other, or is it about like they're in love and their struggles with the fucking gang world? You get me? Because if it's going to be about like how are they going to maintain this relationship with the gang world, then their getting together should be easier.
Yeah.
Like they just got together, and now they have to deal with all this outside pressure of like, we're in rival gangs, we can only have love in Panama, blah, blah, blah.
I think it should be with the gang world.
Yeah.
So then the third act would all be when shit is about to hit the fan. Someone discovers them or something.
Someone discovers it. Yeah. And then one of the gang members from like the South American gang is like, we're going to kill this guy because we're not going to let you be taken out like a bitch and have your name be fucking slandered because you're a fucking homosexual or whatever.
Oh, yes. One of the guys from one gang needs to be like their top killer.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
And then the other one needs to be like the son of the head honcho.
Ooh, okay. Drama.
Yeah.
I'm about this. So then, how do we conclude this? Like, what's the end? Like, what's our third act?
Yeah.
Well,
yeah, what's our third act?
Yeah. If we go by that comparison, someone's got to die. There could be no happy ending.
Someone has to die.
Yeah. So who dies?
I think that they need to send the hitman to go kill the boss, which is the father of his lover.
Oh my God! This is the greatest movie ever made.
Dude,
This is the greatest movie ever.
Yes, I'm on board. For
so
this.
they literally tell him, like, if you don't do this, you can't stay in this gang, and we're gonna kill you.
Of course, because he's so important. He's so important as the top killer that he can't just be like, "Fuck this guy."
No,
right?
He can't. If he does,
it has to be like, I need to keep this guy because he's my number one weapon.
Yeah.
But how do I get him to stop this foolery with the rival gang?
Yeah.
You go kill the dad.
Kill the dad. So the third act, he's sent to go kill the dad. He's there. Almost gonna kill him. What happens? What do we do?
He sees the son there with his dad.
Oh shit.
Now he has to make a decision.
Yes.
What's the decision, Cesar? You gotta tell me, bro. Edge of my seat.
I don't know, man. Kevin, what's the decision, bro?
No, I'm trying to think because, like, okay. So where are we right now? Let's paint this entire scenario. So in Act 1, they fall in love, and at the end of Act 1, they kiss.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
Right?
Yeah.
Act 2, what's the beat play for Act 2?
The beat play is just it has to be a too good to be true type of scenario where it's like it's them balancing their lives between love in Panama and the cruel world of the drug trade, right? So I feel like in Act 2, we need to fall in love with them as an audience. We'd be like, damn, this is perfect for them.
Yeah.
But we know it won't last.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then the end of Act 2 is when the killer's boss finds out about this and sets up the plot.
Okay.
Yes. And sends him to go kill the leader of the opposite gang, which is the father of his lover.
Yeah.
Okay.
So now we're here.
So then we get to Act 3, and he goes and confronts it because it's, either his life or his lover's life.
Mm-hmm.
Right? So he makes his way through the cartel, like bloodbath. Like he kills a fuck ton of people. But he finally gets to the head of the cartel.
Yeah.
Right? So he pulls out his gun and he holds it to his head. And he starts crying. And, at one point, the guy's confused because he's seen a ton of shit. He's like, what the fuck's going on?
Yeah.
And he goes and tells him, I love your son.
Mm.
And he looks at him, and then he just stares at him, and he goes, I know. And he grabs the gun, and he's like holding the gun to his head, and he's telling him, I'm doing this for my son. And before he can pull the trigger, the son comes out, tears running down his face, and he shoots him in the shoulder before he kills the dad.
What?
Yeah. And he runs up to him, and he's holding him crying, and the dad like stands up, and he pulls the gun up, and he grabs the gun that the guy dropped, right? And he's holding it, and he's staring at his son, who's holding like his lover bleeding out on the floor.
Yeah.
And he's just like, I don't know what I'll do without him. And he goes, I don't know. I don't think you can live without him. And he goes, I don't think so either. And to give his son a mercy, he shoots and kills his son.
What?
Damn.
What?
Yeah. Yeah.
What?
Yes. Remember, this is Romeo and Juliet, but we're doing our own take on it.
Yeah.
So he knows, he's like, his son can't live without this other guy. Like they've fallen in love, like so deep in love that his life's meaningless without him. So his father, to do him the favor, because he knows his son will probably go down the spiral and kill himself, decides he's going to kill the son.
Wait, I'll do you one better, Kevin.
Ooh,
The
please,
dad goes to kill the killer, but the son gets in the way, so the dad ends up killing his own son.
Oh,
That's Shakespeare.
yeah, that's it. That's the Romeo and Juliet ending we want right there. That's it.
That's
Ooh.
Shakespeare.
That's Shakespeare.
Okay.
Damn, that's drama.
Okay.
Dude.
Okay, so let's replay this third act then. So bloodbath, kills all these cartel guys, makes his way to the head of the cartel, holds the gun to his head, and tells him, "I'm in love with your son." And he looks at him and he says, "I know." And then we can't have it where the son shoots him now to disarm him, because that's not what we're going to do. But how about the father is willing to die for his son, but then another like cartel guy comes in and goes to shoot him, and when he goes to shoot him, the son jumps in the way.
Oh yeah. Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
So then the son gets shot, and both the father and the lover like disengage from their like stalemate, and they both run to the son.
Yeah.
And the father's like standing up screaming, telling everyone to stop shooting, stop shooting. And then he's holding, you know, his lover like in his arms, while the father's like telling people to calm down and like stop. And he's like bleeding out.
When the son dies, the killer decides he's got to die as well.
Yeah.
The cartel guy?
Yeah, the killer has to die. Once his lover dies,
Yeah, he lost his
he
lover.
can't go back. He can't go back. He decided he's not going to kill the father. He can't go back to the cartel. So he hands his gun to the father. He's like, "I want to die right here," or something like that. And then he just hugs his lover and has the dad shoot him too. So they both die in each other's arms.
Okay, so I think the last thing he has to like tell the father, like he hands him the gun, and tears are running down his face, and he goes, "Avenge your son," and then just holds the gun to his forehead and lets go and leaves the father's arm like up with the gun pressed against his head.
Damn, yes.
Yeah, that's it. Bang. Cut to black.
Yeah.
Love in Panama.
No gunshot cut to black. No. We don't do that.
No gunshot cut to black.
No. He kills him. But then you see them being buried together, and like they're being like put on a boat and let out to sea together.
Yes.
Both gangs are there, and they're upset that they lost their two best gang members for this silly gang war.
Yeah, and they're both on opposite ends of the Panama Canal, and they both send out the boats, and the boats meet in the middle.
Yeah.
Yes.
That's perfect.
Yes.
Beautiful. Love in Panama. Roll credits.
Love in Panama.
I think that's one of the best ideas we've ever had, honestly. I would watch that movie immediately.
I will watch that movie right now.
Okay.
I know people are going to be asking for the trailer for when it's getting released, what streaming platform, everything. They're going to be asking that.
Yeah, I already have some producers calling me because they heard it already. So, I think this is going to be green light from me. This is it. So, guys, that was
amazing.
Episode 2 of What's the Pitch? The story of love in Panama. If you guys want to greenlight this movie, tell us in the comments you want to greenlight it. And if you have an idea for a movie pitch us your movie titles and we'll pitch it on the next episode of What's the Pitch?